everybody. JT Santana here. Just want to welcome you to the Yang Gang for Davenport. It's an exciting time getting in on the ground floor, kind of ground zero of this campaign. Always exciting. Um, just kind of want to welcome you to the group. So, hey, everybody. Um, who is Andrew? Many of you probably have no idea who he is at this point. You have to excuse me, I have my cheat sheet over here on the computer screen. Anyway, um, so Andrew Yang is one of 20 plus individuals who has kind of tossed his hat into the ring and started actually campaigning for the Democratic nomination for the presidential election in 2020. And yes, I know it seems early, but really it's not. Some people have announced earlier than him, both this cycle and previous cycles. So don't get scared off by that. Um, Lots of hard work is needed right now in our nation, and Andrew, I believe, is the person who can do it. He has some great, innovative ideas that have been bandied around by politicians for years, but nobody's had the wherewithal, I'll say, or the gumption, as my grandma used to say, to actually do what needs to be done and say no to the establishment and take part of the money out of it, um, and give it to the people who truly deserve it. Which brings me to the first big thing that I like to talk to people about when I talk about Andrew, and that is one of the first things he wants to do as president is implement the universal basic income or the freedom dividend. And what that does is it will give every single United States citizen, and notice I said citizen, $1,000 a month, kind of like a living stipend, so to speak. You would get if you were doing an internship somewhere or something like that. But every citizen in the country will get that $1,000 every month, no strings attached. But what it does is it gives everybody kind of a level playing field, or puts everybody on a level playing field, I should say. Every single person will have cash in hand to do things that life requires us to do: pay bills, get transportation, go to school, pay for daycare, blah, 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 on and on. Um, and that is $1,000. There you go. Have it, spend it, do your thing. But another thing it does is that it does eliminate a lot of the issues that seem to be accompanying some of the pushback with, what do I say, benefit programs, such as food stamps, HUD, things of that nature. By leveling the playing field, it gives everybody that cost of living, you know, because for about that much you can get something somewhere and eat, okay? And every single person will have that. Um, so that is one of the reasons that I initially kind of got involved with Andrew. Been following him for a number of years. He is a very innovative entrepreneur in the tech field. Does a lot of work with artificial intelligence and automation. That's another big thing with him. Have to excuse me while I scroll here. Um, is that he believes that we are not ready for what's coming in the IT arena or in the technology arena. And that is that millions of jobs are being eliminated because of automation, you know? I mean, think about when you try and call your insurance company, you try and call customer service just about anywhere these days, you go through an automated system. 10 years ago, that didn't happen. You got a real person who was being paid, they're probably making minimum wage or a little bit more, but they were being paid. These computers programs now that are using artificial intelligence and eliminating jobs are a huge threat to our economy, a huge threat to the way in which we live. Andrew has ideas for replacing those jobs. Um, some of them you've probably heard before. Many of them, though, probably not. You want to give him a listen on those things. Um, Andrew will be coming to Iowa many, many times between now and caucus time this year, or actually in January of next year, sorry. Um, was supposed to be here recently, but the inclement weather prevented that. It's been postponed. I will definitely be updating about that as we go, all right? On February 4th, there is a campaign kickoff or a Yang Gang kickoff. You can learn about that on the Davenport Yang Gang page, which is facebook.com/Yang Gang Davenport, all one word. Again, facebook.com/ Davin, I'm sorry, Yang Gang Davenport. Get signed up. Definitely, if you haven't already joined the Yang Gang, get there. Also on the page, on the Davenport Yang Gang page, is a link to sign up to volunteer. Please click that link, volunteer. You will get an email asking you what you want to volunteer to do. We will need help making phone calls, knocking on doors, handing out literature, um, building name recognition, office type stuff, just everything you can imagine related to getting somebody elected. You have any questions about that, definitely send me an inbox message on Facebook, or you may email me at jtwb768@gmail.com, jtwb768@gmail.com. If you have any questions, definitely inbox me. Questions about Andrew, send them to me. If you want to private message me, send me the questions that way, or you can post them to the page, and we can have some discussions about some of these things. And I would like to brainstorm with some of you and see what we can get going here in the Quad Cities. It's not just Davenport, it's the entire Quad Cities area. So welcome to the group again. Shoot me questions about Andrew, and let's get rocking and rolling and get this man elected. Some of you have already asked me why we're starting so early. I want you to think back to the presidential election of 2008. Those of you who know me know that in February of 2007, I started working for another relatively unknown candidate, and that was then Senator Barack Obama. As we all know, he went on to win the election in 2008 and serve 8 years in Washington, D.C. as our president. A great leader. And again, that was somebody that very few people knew about. They knew he gave a great speech, but they didn't know anything else. He didn't really have a political track record in D.C. at that point. He was a first-term senator. And he did great things. I expect the same from Andrew, quite honestly. So you guys have a great day, and let's get this stuff rocking and rolling, gang. Kudos.